Spam those W's, baby. Spam those W's. The Texans just whooped the Browns in the wild card game, and they're advancing to the divisional round. If you love the Houston Texans, spam those dubs, baby. Welcome into Texans Today. I'm your host, Jeremy Chuggs. And I mean, I don't even know what to say about this game by your Houston Texans. 45-14, wild card game. NRG was rocking and rolling. Absolutely mayhem in the second half. As you see the stats on your screen right now, C.J Stroud, another masterclass. 274, 16-21. So freaking efficient. Devin Singletary, 13 carries, 66 yards and a tutty. And Nico Collins, deceptively, only had 96 yards. Could have had a lot more if they connect on that long touchdown in the second quarter. But, I mean, DeMeco, Bobby, Matt, this whole staff deserves a round of applause because the national media said, you know, the Texans, they're playing well, but did you see what happened in Week 16? The Browns put the beating on the Houston Texans. That was without C.J. Stroud. That was without, you know, our leading edge rushers, Jonathan Grenard, Will Anderson. That was without a lot of people. Texans, not at full strength, which is crazy to think this Texans team did this, and they're not even at full strength with their best players still. Tank Dell still out for the season. Multiple other guys not playing for your Houston Texans, and they put up a 45-burger in the wild card round. I mean, as aforementioned C.J. Stroud, 16-21, 274, 3 touchdowns, cool as a cucumber. Slightly missed Nico Collins on a long bomb that he was wide open, but he did not let that faze him. Continuing to play masterfully throughout the entire football game. C.J. Stroud was absolutely the best player on the field for the Houston Texans on offense. I mean, Nico Collins, 6 receptions, 96 yards. He's going to get paid. He's a wide receiver 1 in this league, and he's creeping up on those other guys, you know, I'm not going to say yet he's CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown level, but he's right there trying to break into that tier of caliber of wide receivers. Nico Collins, he is a true wide receiver 1. Brevin Jordan, the speedster tight end out of Miami. I mean, we've been waiting for a play like this. We've been waiting to see Brevin Jordan really break out. Had a great game. John Mechie as well. Had a couple carries. Looked fantastic today. The young man who survived leukemia last year, able to battle back, playing this year for the Texans. Shout out to John Mechie, the absolute heart of a warrior. This Texans offense, though, they were on one. They lost the time of possession, but still 8.3 yards per play. They were so efficient. Never got their heads down throughout the entire game. Had a couple missed opportunities. Run game was not working at all in the beginning of the game. They didn't let that stop them one bit. They kept on trucking along. This Texans team, oh my goodness. I mean, what more can I say about this Texans team and how much I believe in them moving forward? But hey, if you want more Texans dubs, if you want more Texans live shows, watch parties, you want more Texans news and rumors, go down and hit that sub button. The journey, we're still going on this journey during the 2024 NFL playoffs. So if you want more Texans dubs, sub for dubs right now. We're almost at 9,000 subscribers on the channel. Thank you to everybody who joined me in this watch party. If you want to join us next weekend for whoever the Texans play, hit that sub button right now. Now coming up, I'm going to go over some of the defensive standouts, some stuff that I saw during this game, and a little playoff preview, who the Texans might play, who I want the Texans to play, and I want to hear from you on who you think the Texans can beat in the divisional round. But first, got to show some love to our sponsor of today's video, and that is Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Ladies and gentlemen, it's as easy as this. You pick 2 or more players, choose more or less on their projected stat types, and place your entry. You can do a flex play or a power play. Power play gives you more of a payout flex, a little bit more of a safer play. But you can choose however you want to do it. Just do it over at Prize Picks and go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, it's daily fantasy sports made easy, folks. Now, talking about this Texans defense, I was a little worried in the first quarter. The Browns looked like they were going to slice and dice this Texans defense up again, but we saw those second half adjustments, and they, came with huge payouts for your Houston Texans. 2 interceptions, both returned for touchdowns. Have yourself a day, Christian Harris. I've been really hyping him up the past couple weeks, and he showed out today. First player in NFL history to have a sack and interception return for a touchdown since J.J. Watt. If I say your name in the same sentence as J.J. Watt, absolutely fantastic. Had 8 tackles, 2 tackles for loss as well. Blake Cashman on the other side, weak side linebacker, played a masterful game. 10 tackles, 1 tackle for loss for him. And I really got to show some love to this cornerback room. They took it to heart that they were not going to let Amari Cooper burn them once again. Desmond King had 12 tackles. Amazing play by him. Steven Nelson, played a lot better. 3 pass breakups for him and an interception return touchdown for him as well. And Derek Stingley had a pass breakup. Really well defensive game by Derek Stingley. Multiple times that he really showed up and was able to lock down Amari Cooper at some points in this game. Only 4 receptions for 59 yards. That's 205 yards less than he had in their Week 16 matchup. Great job by this Houston Texans defense. Overall, I just got to hats off to them. I know the offense gets its flowers. They played very well, but they didn't need to do anything in this second half because the Texans defense said, hey, I put the team on my back, though. I put the team on my back, though. Shout out to Steven Nelson. Shout out to Christian Harris. Now let's take a broader look at the AFC playoffs, the playoff picture going in. Obviously, Texans take down the Browns, the 5 seed. They are no longer in the playoffs. But we look at these other matchups, the Bills against the Steelers and the Chiefs against the Dolphins. So the Texans, they will play the Ravens if the Bills and the Chiefs win. If not, they'll play one of those 2 teams. If the Steelers or Dolphins are able to pull off an upset, one of them will be playing the Ravens and the Texans will play the other teams. If somehow the Dolphins and Steelers win, Texans play the Dolphins. Yes, Texans play the Dolphins as a host team. That's the only way the Texans, I believe, will be able to host a playoff game is if the Dolphins and Steelers win, which would be a wild start to this playoff season. But more than likely, I think they're going to be playing either the Ravens, Bills, or Chiefs. If both teams go chalk. If it's Bills, Chiefs, Texans end up playing the Ravens. And call me crazy, I think the Texans actually match up better against the Ravens than they do against the Bills or maybe even the Chiefs. I am a little scarred as a Texans fan from watching that Texans-Chiefs playoff game years ago where the Texans had a huge lead and let it all go, and the Chiefs ended up blowing out the Texans. I'm a little worried if I have to play Patrick Mahomes, to be honest. So I might pick the Ravens here, but I want to hear from you folks at home. Let me know. Who do you want to face in the divisional round? Obviously, do you want to play the Dolphins more than you want to play the Chiefs or the Bills? You're not going to get an easy win here in the divisional round. It's the second round of the playoffs. So let me know down in the comment section, who do you want to face in the divisional round? Like I said, I might be okay with the Ravens, to be honest. I know Lamar Jackson, probably the MVP of the league this year. But I think the Texans match up well against them, and I think, the Chiefs defense, a lot of people sleep on the Chiefs defense. They have a very good defense this year. Bills getting hot at the right time. The Bills are playing wonderful football right now. I think it might be the Ravens for me. But let me know down in the comment section what you have to say. We'll be coming at you with a preview video on Monday because after the Steelers-Bills game, we'll know for official who the Texans will be playing next week in the NFL playoffs. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that sub button, youtube.com/TexansTV for daily Texans news and rumors videos.